Mentioning our next guest, and we're getting to it for this reason. We've been talking about Tokyo. We've been talking about Simone Biles a lot. In the spotlight, not just for her athletic prowess, but because of a decision she made to step back from competition for her mental health. She's been competing on world stages, the Olympic stage, for a long time, and now she may be having a larger impact in the world because of not winning a gold medal or bronze, but because of the emphasis and the attention she's now given to mental health. So bringing in now conversation for us now with sport and performance psychologist Dr. Jonathan Fader, Dr. Ashton here with me as well. And I just let me get your reaction to hearing somebody with the most important stage in her profession decides to step back. What was your reaction to hearing that, first of all?
Well, as a fan or as someone that appreciates the Olympics, I was definitely surprised, like I think many were, but as a professional, I wasn't surprised at all.
Wow.
And we know this because everybody struggles. And athletes are just a reflection of our society. So it was a really wake-up call to everybody to know that we all can struggle, even the GOAT. I mean, even the best in the field of Olympics are going to struggle with these kind of concerns.
Jonathan, one of the reasons I love hearing you talk is because you handle the mental health aspect, the psychological aspect of well-being, which people sometimes think of as less serious than the physical aspect. But Simone Biles' news really created this interesting narrative in Olympic history. You know, if you think back, I remember this, to 1996, gymnast Kerri Strug, she vaulted with a broken ankle, and the attitude was, it's a physical injury, just push through it, suck it up. Why is this different, and why is this so important?
It's really important because I think, you know, she is both a human and a hero, in the sense that she's modeled for everybody that this suck it up attitude that has been in the past doesn't really work. You know, if you're really struggling with anything mental health, and in this case also, we're talking about something a little bit distinct. We're also talking about mental performance. When it comes to being an Olympic athlete, we're talking about people who are good, and they need to be great, and they need to be great all the time, even under, you know, unclear situations like what's happening in this COVID situation. So it's just so clear that her model is an experience that we're all having on some level. It's a real wake-up call. It's a call to action, if you ask me.
Now, is it something unique, though? You got to help us here, because she's in a field that if you're not there, not right mentally, you could injure yourself and hurt yourself really badly. But oftentimes for us, you don't know exactly what you're feeling, but you know, I can still get up and go to work today. How do I know when, you know what, no, you need to take a step back, even if we're not putting our physical selves at risk the way she might have done?
TJ, it's a wonderful question in the sense that, you know, it's really hard to know for ourselves. What we really think about, though, is what's happening for you causing, in your mind, significant impairment or distress? But what most people need to do, it's hard to know that for yourself. Really, you need to talk to someone that can help you reflect. Now, it should be a mental health professional, but it could be anyone that gives you a perspective. The first step is self-awareness, to recognize what's actually helpful. But I'll say something else. Why wait to the tipping point? Why wait to the tipping point? Should we be proactive? Shouldn't we be proactive when we notice, oh, I'm a little bit stressed? Maybe I should start doing some evidence-based techniques that help me be proactive. Do we need to be really sick before we get well? With our physical health, we don't do that. So we should be doing that with our mental health and our mental strength and flexibility.
Jonathan, this is why you're so good. You literally took the question that I was thinking, you know, why wait for that tipping point? If it's the physical analogy, why wait till you have chest pain or the heart attack to start preventing heart disease? So what can people do, the everyday person, you know, as a mental check-in? You know, we call it the checkup from the neck up. What can we do on a daily basis?
Well, one thing to do is just to check in with yourself every day, and to ask yourself the questions, how am I doing? But to take a step back, let's learn from professional athletes. We're all learning from Simone Biles. She is setting the pace for us. And to be able to say, what do professional athletes do? They have a routine. They have a mental performance routine. Even Simone Biles, she's talked about mindfulness in her preparation. And we need the same routine. We need to do exercises, mental strength and preparatory exercises that are going to help us regulate and protect. A seatbelt for life. We don't just get in our car and just drive, we put on our seatbelt. So what are we doing mentally to create that mental strength and flexibility? And most professional athletes have a routine to help them. And we should too. We all have stress in our life, whether it's parenting stress or business stress. What are we doing every day to help prepare and inoculate ourselves to that stress?
You mentioned a mental exercise. Help folks here who might not want to go, a couple things. Might not sign up, you said talk to a professional, But can that person also be someone who knows you well, knows your behavior well? Could you talk to that person, then they could give you a heads up, hey, something's not right, you're off? And also, what is a mental exercise you're talking about?
It's such a great question, TJ. And to get really clear about this, number one, it's helpful to talk to anyone who's understanding. I would say pick your person carefully. Sometimes we just pick the person close to us, but maybe they're not the right person to talk to. So think, who's in my life that's super understanding and is going to listen more than they're going to talk? With regard to mental exercise, there's a lot of forms. What I would say to people is, every day you can do just one or two things. For example, we know that the practice of gratitude every day is significantly helpful in terms of inoculating you, buffering you to stress that you're going to have. So if you just say every day, I'm going to write down 3 things I'm grateful for, or I'm going to pick one person every day and say, I feel lucky to be here. I mean, I feel lucky to be here with you two and having this conversation, because I know that just like Simone Biles is reaching people, we're going to reach people with this conversation. If the greatest of all time has stress and gets over it, as we know that she did, we can follow that example. And then also mindfulness meditation. There's so many apps. You don't need a counselor. You can just download Headspace Calm. Even spending 10 minutes a day can be a huge buffer for when the stress comes. Don't wait. Let's not wait to get to that tipping point.
He took your final thoughts right out of your mouth there.
He's the GOAT. He is the
Please,
GOAT
come on.
of psychology.
No, I'll take. Listen, if you guys want to give me bronze, I'll be more than flattered. I'll be more than flattered.
But she talks about gratitude a lot here on the show, and that being key. So look, she was singing your praises long before you walked into the studio today, and really, we appreciate it. It's an important conversation. We really hope to have you back, because this isn't going anywhere.
TJ, it's a pleasure to be here, and I know we're going to reach people talking about this, just like Simone is reaching millions.
Dr.
So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.